kitchen was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes of St. Nicholas soon be there. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Rose, have you brushed your teeth?
Yes, Dad.
Pajamas on?
Yes, Dad.
Have you said your prayers?
Yes, Dad. All ready for my bedtime story.
Okay, my little princess. To bed we go. All right, now. What kind of story would you like to hear tonight?
A Christmas story, please.
Well, Christmas is just a couple days away, so a Christmas story it shall be. Let's see. This one. Here we go. This was my favorite story when I was a little boy. Come over here by the light and I'll read it to you. Once upon a time in a far, far away land called the North Pole.
The North Pole? That's where Santa lives, right, Dad?
Right, sweetie. Anyway, as I was saying, at the North Pole, Santa's elves were busying themselves making toys. Christmas Eve was just 2 days away, and Santa's list had grown so long, and the toys requested were so complicated, the elves were worried they wouldn't get the toys made in time.
What does that mean, Dad? Complicated?
How do I explain? Well, that's when something's not easy.
Oh, you mean like tying your shoe?
Yes, I guess you could say tying your shoe could be complicated. But, back to the story. As I said, the elves were busying themselves making toys at Santa's workshop.
Ho, 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 we are Santa's elves. We are Santa's elves, filling Santa's shelves with the toy from each girl or boy. Oh, we are Santa's elves. We work hard all day, but our work is play. Dolls we try out, see if they cry out. We are Santa's elves. We've a special job each year. We don't like to brag. Christmas Eve, we all fill Santa's bag. Santa knows who's good. Do the things you should. And we bet you he won't forget you. We are Santa's elves. We've a special job each year. We don't like to brag. Christmas Eve, we all fill Santa's bag. Do the things you should. Do the things you should. And we bet you he won't forget you. We are Santa's elves. Ho, 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 ho. We are Santa's elves. Ho, ho.
The elves worked and worked and worked with hardly a break at all. They were determined to make Santa happy. They had noticed Santa seemed especially stressed this year, and
What does that mean, Dad? Stressed?
stressed, well, that's when you're worried about something. You know, like the time you broke Mommy's favorite mug and you thought we'd be mad at you.
But you weren't. You weren't mad at all.
Well, of course not, sweetie. You didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. But Santa must have been worried. The elves had noticed it, and even Mrs. Claus.
Now, dear, don't fret. Hundreds of Christmases have come and gone, and you've always made your deliveries on time. What makes you think this year will be any different?
Have you seen this list? Why, there are toys on this list I've never even heard of. The elves had to take a crash course in computer technology just to learn the parts they need to make for it. Listen to this. BB9E, app-enabled droid with droid trainer. Pokemon Z-Ring. Oh, this one. Nerf in strike. Terra Scout Drone Blaster. Cosmo, the toy robot. Really? What ever happened to the simple toys? Toys like Chatty Cathy, the yo-yo, Little Red Wagons, the Slinky!
Oh, you're showing your age, dear. Times have changed. Nowadays, kids are bombarded with television commercials and social media. They just get bored with the simple things.
Well, I just hope the elves are up to the challenge. Just a few more days to finish this list.
It will be all right. You'll see. Now, drink your milk and settle down. It's getting late, and a good night's rest is just what you need.
Wait, what I need, wait a minute. I need one of these, whatchamacallit, fidget spinners. Huh. Why, we must have 1 million requests for that thing, whatever it is. Fidget spinners. Enough to turn a Santa into a bah humbug.
Look brighter tomorrow, I'm sure.
And so Santa went to bed and dreamed of the world before computers and fidget spinners, a world he longed to return to.
Poor Santa. I sure hope those elves learn a lot in their computer class. Sounds like Santa is really going to need their help. What happens next, Dad?
Well, let's see. In the meantime, while Santa was fretting about the newfangled toys he was going to have to deliver, some old-fangled toys were gathering dust in Santa's workshop.
Wake up! Wake up! It's time to start the day.
Why bother? Just another day sitting here gathering dust. Woe is me.
Woe is us.
Yeah, like, you could say that again.
Woe is us.
Come on, guys. It's not that bad.
Not that bad. We sit here year after year after year collecting dust just because some incompetent elves didn't do their jobs.
Yeah, look at me. I got a heart that could fill Yankee Stadium. What kid's gonna want a bear with a heart bigger than his head?
And who ever heard of a child requesting a toy soldier with just one arm?
Or what about a Raggedy Ann with bright green pigtails?
Or a kite that's afraid of heights?
Yeah, we're a bunch of misfit toys, all right. But you guys got a lot better than me. Santa's never, ever had to put a jewelry box on his list. Jack in a box, maybe. But a Jew? No way!
When the elves made a boomerang that wouldn't come back, I wasn't exactly at the top of Santa's list either. But do you see me complaining?
Let's face it, we're not perfect.
But who is, right?
Right.
Right. So we're imperfect. Is that really so bad?
so the misfit toys felt a little better about themselves.
Wow, a boomerang that won't come back? A kite afraid of heights? Boy, those elves really must have been having a really bad day the day they made those two. And how the other ones too. Poor little toys. Hey, Bear, even if you had a heart bigger than your head, I would still love you.
Oh, that's really sweet, Chloe Rose. But the story's not over. Shall we continue?
Yes, please.
As I was saying, and so the misfit toys felt a little better about themselves for a while. But as the hours passed and they still weren't called to be loaded onto Santa's sleigh, they began to think they might have to spend another year on Santa's shelf collecting dust. Teddy Bear was especially upset because her big heart always felt more than that of the other toys who had normal-sized hearts. Meanwhile, the elves continued to work diligently on.
What does diligently mean?
Well, that means they were working in a way that showed they really cared about their jobs because they wanted to make Santa happy.
Those elves sure seem like they were happy. I just wish those misfit toys could be happy like that too.
Well, sweetie, again, the story's not over yet. Let's see what's going on with Santa. Christmas was now just 2 days away, and Santa was still worried the elves wouldn't finish all the toys on his list. As usual, Mrs. Claus was trying everything she could think of to distract Santa from his worries.
What does that mean, Dad? Distract?
Well, to distract someone means to prevent them from giving their full attention to something.
Oh, you mean like when I try to sneak Snoopy some food under the table and I tell you and Mom a joke so you don't notice?
Yes, sweetie, that's exactly what I mean. But you see, Mrs. Claus wanted Santa to relax so that he'd be all rested up for a sleigh ride around the world. Let's see what she did. Look at you. You look like you had the weight of the world on your shoulders right now, Mrs. Claus said.
I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. Just 2 more days for the elves to finish this list, and it's the biggest list I've ever had. It seems like there's more good boys and girls on the list this year than ever before. And do you know what that means? That means more toys.
But that's a good thing, right?
Well, yes, that is a good thing. There's hope for this world yet.
Of course there is. It's a wonderful world we live in, and this is the most wonderful time of the year. Come on, get into the spirit and sing with me.
Oh. It's the most wonderful time of the year. When the kids jingle belling and heartfully telling you have the cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. When the mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time, most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
And as Santa and Mrs. Claus were enjoying a little song and dance, the elves worked straight through the night, getting closer and closer to finishing all the toys on Santa's list. They wanted badly to make Santa proud and to make sure they didn't make mistakes like the former elves did the year the misfit toys were made. They still felt bad about that every time they saw the toys gathering dust in Santa's workshop. But not bad enough to stop them from eating their Christmas candy.
I love my beautiful Christmas tree. I love my wreaths of holly. I love to sing and go caroling. 'Tis the season to be jolly. I love to see old Santa Claus. And I think the toys are dandy. But Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without the Christmas candy. Christmas candy, peppermint sticks, and ruby ribbons, candy canes, and lemon. Natalia. Chocolate Santa's lollipops. What a wonderful Christmas treat. All the candy that you can eat. Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without the Christmas candy.
You get a candy. And let's see it. You get a candy. Everyone here is getting candy. Except you folks over there. You big tan about it. Let's see.
Christmas candy, peppermint sticks, and curly ribbons, candy canes, and lemon drops. Chocolate Santa's lollipops. What a wonderful Christmas treat. All the candy that you can eat. Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without the Christmas candy. 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 Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without the Christmas candy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming the heirs.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. We'll sing a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's Parson Brown. He'll ask, are you married? We'll say no, man, but you can do the job while you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in the winter wonderland, walking in the winter wonderland, walking in the winter wonderland. dong, ding dong, ding dong. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how happy are their tongues, gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they sing, on without him, their joyful tones to every home. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here. Ding, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how happy are their tongues, gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they sing, on without him, their joyful tones to every home. Ding dong, ding dong. Throw cares away. Christmas is here. Ding dong, ding ding dong, ding ding dong dong, ding ding dong. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how happy are their tongues, gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they sing, on without him, their joyful tones to every home. Ding dong, ding dong. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. We'll sing a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Look at them. Busy little beavers they are. So busy they don't even notice us. Why, even if a child requested a kite that's afraid of kites, they wouldn't remember that they have one in inventory.
Or suppose some little girl would want you in the box instead of a jack. Do you think those munchkins would think of me? No way!
You know, it's highly unlikely that a girl would think to ask for a Jill in the box rather than Jack. But how about a one-armed soldier? You think someone would want that? That's the clean, eh?
Or a kite that's afraid of heights. Think of all the string a kid could save with a low-flying kite like me.
Yeah, or like a Raggedy Ann with bright green pigtails. Hello, they'd have to have a super sense of humor. It's not like I'm a traditional doll here.
All that seems very likely, but who in their right mind would want a boomerang that doesn't come back? That's okay.
Do you? Do you think that a child would want a soft, fluffy companion to to hold while they're sleeping at night? Do you?
I do.
Bears meet birds laughing and caring and hugging and snuggling at night in your bed. I long for the child who can love me, but I have a heart that is bigger than my head. You think that the bigger the heart would be, the more love I can give. But I'm different and children just cannot see. The bigger the heart, more love I can give. Year after year I remain with the other toys. Seems no one knows we exist. Santa remembers us, we never feel it. Guess no kid has us on their list. They ask for bears that do all kinds of things, that talk, that dance, or light up. But there's no request of a big-hearted bear. If only I could show them my love. My misfit friends are just like me. They are looking to love and belong. Maybe some child someday, somewhere, willing to give us a home. Hello, Bear. That was a very sad song you were singing. Who said that? Me! Look down here! Oh, hello. You see, I may have this awfully big heart, but I have these really tiny ears, so I miss a lot. Well, thank you for taking the time to listen, but shouldn't you be in the workshop making the toys? Well, I've been working for 6 weeks overtime now, so I see no harm in resting these hands for a few minutes. What happened to you? How did you end up with such a big heart? You see, Santa a couple years ago hired these elves that would not really follow the instructions. They weren't nearly as industrious as you elves are today. They would skip rules, and they would add modifications to us just for a good laugh. Santa thought if you wanted to be an elf, you'd be the best elf you could be. He never thought he'd end up with a bunch of misfits. I see. And that's why you're all covered in dust from sitting here all these years just because y'all are different? Yeah.
Yes, she said in a voice almost as little as her heart was big. But being different isn't a bad thing at all, the little elf.
Why, being different is good. Good things happen when you least expect it. All you gotta do is believe. Just believe. Children sleeping, snow is softly falling. Dreams are red-nosed reindeer, right?
Rudolph?
I'm not sure.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Well, he was as different could be. All those cute little black-nosed reindeer with their cute little black noses. And Rudolph's hunker, red as a fire engine. Surely you remember Rudolph.
But the other reindeer laughed at him.
Yes, at first. But then you remember what happened?
Not really.
Come on.
Come on, gang. Let's tell them the story of Rudolph. The Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen. You know, Comet and Cupid and Doctor and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw him, you would even say it glowed. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, he'll go down to history. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you go down to history.
Wow, I bet that really cheered up those misfit toys when they found out that being different could be a good thing.
You know, I think you're right, Chloe Rose. Everyone and everything likes to know they have value. When they heard the story of Rudolph, the toys no longer felt like misfits. Instead, they began to see the possibilities in their future. Let's finish the story. After the misfit toys heard the story about Rudolph, they straightened themselves up and began to dust each other off. They could now see that being different wasn't necessarily a bad thing. They had renewed hope and faith that some child, somewhere, sometime, might put them on their wish list. And so, that night, after the elves had finished their work and at last marked off the last toy off Santa's list, the workshop lights were lowered. The elves slept peacefully, knowing they had done a good job. And the misfit toys, who no longer saw themselves as misfits, dreamed of their future and a time when they would have the chance to make a child happy. Maybe a child like any ordinary child, or maybe, just maybe, a child who is a little different too. The end.
The end? The end? But what happened to the toys? Was Santa happy with all the toys the elves made? Was it a foggy Christmas? And did Santa ask Ralph to guide his sleigh again?
Oh, Chloe Rose, you sure have a lot of questions. Sometimes stories and storybooks don't tell the whole story. Sometimes they just make you think. But it's real bedtime now. But before I tuck you in, I just want to remind you, Christmas isn't just about toys. It's about, well, Christmas is about love. Listen. People making lists by good friends are near, and you wished you could give more than just presents from the street. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Oh, even the man who has everything would be so happy if you would bring him love on Christmas Day. No greater gift is there than love. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Oh, the man on the street and the couple upstairs all need to know there's someone who cares. Give love on Christmas Day. No greater gift is there than love. What the world needs is love. Yes, the world needs your love. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Oh, every little child on Santa's knee has room for your love underneath his tree. Give love on Christmas Day. No greater gift is there than love. What the world needs is love. Yes, the world needs your love. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Oh, every little child on Santa's knee has room for your love underneath his tree. Give love on Christmas Day. No greater gift is there than love. No greater gift is there than love. Good night, my little princess. Sleep tight and dream of sugar plums. Remember, tomorrow is Christmas Eve.
Think, Rose, think. That's it. I have a great idea. I can't wait until morning. That's right, Chip. Just add that to your list. I know you've already mailed your list to Santa, but this is urgent. Just text him. Santa's cool. He'll get it. Gotta go. Ashley is returning my call. Thanks, Ashley, for calling me back. So David already filled you in? Good. And you say you're all in? Okay. You take the Raggedy Ann and tell Sarah to request a teddy bear with a great big heart. Gotta go. Hey, Matt. I know how you love kites. And boy, do I have a kite ready for delivery for you tomorrow night. Here's what you have to do. Just...
I don't believe it! I thought my list was complete. And all of a sudden now, I'm being bombarded with text messages. Some very peculiar text messages, and all coming from a place called St. Mary's, Georgia? But listen to this. Dear Santa, I know you got my letter and my list of toys, but I left out the most important one of all. You see, I love toy soldiers, but I really want a special toy soldier. One with just one arm, please. You see, my uncle just came back from Iraq, and while he was over there fighting for our country, he lost an arm in an explosion. I want him to see how much I love my one-armed soldier, and maybe he'll know how much I love him.
Oh my, the poor dear. But what a lovely thought for a boy to request such a strange toy.
This is just one of many of the texts this morning, all with similar themes, all asking for unusual toys. And do you know what's even stranger? All of these toys actually exist right here in our workshop.
What do you mean?
Do you remember a few years back when we subcontracted out our toy making to that band of renegade elves from the South Pole? Oh, do you remember the mess they made? Toys with missing parts. Toys with parts too big for them. Toys with character flaws. Like the kite that was afraid of heights. The boomerang that wouldn't come back. They even made a Jill in the box when the specifications clearly said check in the box.
Oh, I do remember that one.
These texts from this morning. They all match up to those misfit toys that have been gathering dust in my workshop for years.
Well, I'll just have to get to work and start dusting then, because those toys are going to find themselves a home.
Hey, gang! Wake up! Wake up!
Oh, what's going on? What's going on?
Come on, you guys! Look alive! You're getting a visit from the big man himself?
Oh, you don't mean
Santa?
Santa? He's coming here to see us?
That's right. Any moment now, the man in red is going to be walking through that door. Come on, you guys. Show some pride. Show Santa you are special. Keep your chin up, keep your shoulders back, and face the world with pride. So what if you're a little bit different? You're still bona fide. Keep your nose up, keep your head held high, and face the world you see. So what if you're a little bit funny? Hey, you're different like me.
We're just a little bit, just a little.
We're different from the rest.
Just don't fit.
Hey, don't even think of
Not
it.
even for a little bit.
The situation's delicate. We'll find a fit.
Just a twist.
And you're a major benefit.
Oh, me?
So your chin up, keep your shoulders back, and face the world with pride. So what if we're a little bit loony? So what if we're a little bit toony? So what if we're all kind of spoony? Spoony, toony, loony. We're just fine. Much better. Shh, I think I hear him coming. Chin up, shoulders back.
Well, hello, my long-awaiting friend.
Hi, Santa.
I have news for you. I have news for all of you. Miraculous news, in fact. Do you know how it broke my heart a few years back when the elves did you all wrong by being sloppy or by just trying to be funny?
Not very funny.
But you've been patient
That's right.
and you hung around. And for that, I thank you. In fact, you might say, you are my hero.
Thank you, Santa, so much.
And today is the big payoff. There has been a special request for each and every one of you by children in a place called St. Mary's, Georgia. Now, I hear it's very warm down.
Perfect boomerang, Daddy.
But anyway, Mrs. Claus will get you all dusted off and spiffed up and be ready to be loaded into my sleigh.
Santa. Hey.
Knight,
Yes, Santa.
your fear of heights is no problem. The little boy that put you on my list specifically requested a kite that would always stay close to him.
I will, Santa.
Toy soldier, you are going to a home where the uncle just returned from war. He, too, is a soldier with just one arm. And his nephew especially requested you.
In honor.
Teddy bear! There's been a special request for a bear with a big heart to be a companion for a little girl named Sarah.
Thank you very much, Santa.
Boomerang,
Yes, Santa.
don't worry. You will never have to come back. The child that puts you on my list is about to go around the world with his parents.
Yay!
Raggedy Ann. There's been a special request by a little girl named Ashley for a Raggedy Ann with green pigtails.
My pigtails?
Jill.
Oh, I can't wait. Where am I going?
Oh, Jill. Some young girl in St. Mary's has started a group for preteen girls and is looking for good examples of females doing a good job in traditional male roles. I guess you certainly fit that bill. Anyway, Mrs. Claus will finish piffing you all up, and then the elves will be here real soon to get you ready up in the sleigh for your sleigh ride to St. Mary's. This is a most extraordinary Christmas. All of a sudden, I feel bright and merry and jolly, very jolly, and ready to take that sleigh ride around the world. We've had a miracle happen here at the North Pole, and it truly is the most wonderful time of the year. And this might be the jolliest Christmas ever. Don't you think?
Holly jolly Christmas, it's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly
after this, all right?